guys, welcome to March. It's March, right? March Home Fragrance Empty. It is the end of another month and I have some empties to share with you. So I'm going to be going through those and I'm going to try to do this as quickly and efficiently as possible. I will let you know what things I would repurchase if they are still repurchasable, if that makes sense, and what I would never ever repurchase in my life because it sucked. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with these two things right here. So I'm recording this on, I think, a Tuesday. I don't know what day of the week is, but I am going to be finished with these by the end of the week. So I'm just gonna toss them in here so I don't have to save them for next month. But this is Vanilla Cookie Crunch and Apricot Rose Water from both from Better Homes and Gardens. Apricot Rose Water was released, last year. I don't think they brought it back again this year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I really haven't been into purchasing a whole lot of Walmart wax lately, so I don't really know what is back this year and what is not. But I really like to do one of these cubes, each of one of these cubes together to get me a really pretty rosy bakery type fragrance, very similar to the style of Pink Petal Tea Cake. So I really like these two together. If I could find this again, I would absolutely repurchase this, and this is always a repurchase for me. Walmart wax doesn't last more than like a day or two for me, quite honestly, but it's good for the price. So anyway, these will be done because I'm actually getting ready to switch out my wax in my upstairs warmers today, so what's left in here is gonna go in there. I'm just gonna grab from the top here. This is Yankee Candle's chocolate layer cake. So if you can see the inside of that, there's like a dip. So I burn this to the halfway point and then I put it in my candle crock for like 5 days. I don't know why I moved it to the candle crock because it was burning fine. I think I just maybe wanted to be done with it. Yankee candles do tend to burn forever, and you really, when you kind of have to be committed to lighting it, waiting for it to pool out, the paraffin wax takes a lot longer to pool out, and they just take a heck of a lot longer to finish. So that's one of the reasons why I really tend to prefer the Bath and Body Works candles. Is if you grow tired of scents really quickly, those candles certainly go a lot faster, but I don't know, I wish there was a happy medium between the two, which really for me has honestly been soy candles, and Swan Creek is still one of my favorite soy candle companies. But anyway, so this was actually a Home Goods find. So this was from that collection that Yankee did for like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods. And this was great. I mean, this was it had perfect throw. I would put it at about an 8. It's a great candle. I could have burned it the whole way down, but once you put a candle in a candle crock, you can't light it again. So if you don't know what a candle crock is, I'm gonna go ahead and link a video down below, and I will link to where you can find some on Amazon. They work great for candles that don't really perform when you're burning them. So, but anyway, this was great. I have several backups of it. It's a really delicious chocolate scent. It's basically just smells like chocolate cake. So, this is cake from Light My Soy, and there's nothing left in this because this I also ended up putting in my candle crock, mostly because I just wanted to be able to enjoy it a little bit longer, and I knew I only had probably about 20 hours in here, and so I decided to put it in my crock. And when I put candles into the crock, I leave them in there and leave them on like 24 hours a day. So I got another like 5 full days of home fragrance out of this by putting it in there versus only probably having about 20, maybe like 15 hours of burn time left. So I was able to enjoy it just a little bit longer that way, but I think I might have one more of these. Light My Soy is no longer in business. If it was, I would still be buying this because it's one of my favorite fragrances ever, so super bummed. But you gotta move on sometimes. Okay, Chesapeake Bay Milk and Honey. You guys, this was such a surprise for me. I loved this. I loved it. This is such an amazing fragrance. I did do an in-depth review of this and it's delicious. And I do have one more. I know that I can get this at Fred Meyer, and if they're having a candle sale, I would definitely consider picking up more. I don't think I would pay full price because I think they're kind of spendy. This only got about 20 hours of burn time, so not a lot, but the last little bit you can see this had a really clean burn. I mean, there was no soot, like, it was perfect. It pooled perfectly each time. Not a whole lot of residue. The last little bit at the bottom after the wick extinguished itself, I was able to put into the candle crock for a couple days, and I got a little bit more fragrance out of it. These are great, at least this one that I've tried. I'm definitely curious to try more from Chesapeake Bay candles. I really haven't gotten much from them in the past, but that's fantastic. Okay, some of you are gonna die that I actually burned this. I sold another one that I had left on Mercari. This is Paris Lavender Macaron. I just really didn't care for this scent, and I bought a bunch of them because I was like, oh, I'm supposed to like this because it has a macaron note. I smell much more lavender than anything else personally when burning this. So I went ahead and burned it to the halfway point and then put it in the candle crock for a couple days. And then honestly, I just got sick of smelling the lavender and took it out. There's still a bit of scent in here, but I'm just over it. So yeah, I know that makes some of you cringe because I know this was a really popular fragrance, but just not for me. So I would not pick this one up again if they re-released it. I think the label and the name made me want to love it, but I just didn't. So, and I was able to, like I said, sell the other one, and then I think I actually gave one or two away as well. I should have sold those. Now that I know that I can sell my candles so easily on Mercari, like I need to be doing that all the time. Okay, let's start going through the wax melts, which there are a fair amount of in here. Okay, first, Ivy and Water Lily. I really liked this. This is from Scentsy, obviously. This is a scent of the month for March, this month. And, or is it April? I think it's April. Sorry, I lied. I think it's April. This is really pretty. It's something that I would not normally go for, but it's a really pretty soft, powdery floral. I mean, it's very floral, which is not my normal preference, but I really liked it in this one. I put it in Stella's bathroom. It's a great bathroom scent. If you haven't tried this one, you want to try something new, you should give this one a go. Lemon Squares from Empties. This is yummy. It smells like lemon bars. I can't find this anymore at Fred Meyer, so maybe they discontinued this scent. I don't know, haven't really bothered looking for it. I did like it, but Passion Fruit Coconut. There might actually be two of these. Yep, two. Okay, Passion Fruit Coconut was something new that I tried this year. I was randomly at Walmart a few weeks ago and picked up two of these. This is good. I wouldn't call it great. I do really like passion fruit scents. I'm a big passion fruit person. But this had a definite artificial, like, chemical type of note to it. Not to where I was like, ugh, I can't stand the smell of this, but it was there. But it smelled good when it was melting. Not great, but good. So I wouldn't purchase it again personally. I don't know that I would highly recommend that someone like seek this out. I mean, I don't think you should get in your car right now and drive to Walmart to find it. But if you happen to see it, I think it's worth sniffing out. It smells a little bit less chemically and artificial when you're warming it, but when you're smelling it on cold sniff, there's definitely that like detectable note in there. So something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. Is there one of these? There's one of these. Another French Autumn from Goose Creek. I actually almost placed an order at Goose Creek for a bunch more melts because they were like $2.40 or something like that. But then their shipping, to get free shipping, I think you have to spend like $100. And I was like, I'm not spending $100 on wax melts. And for me, for whatever reason, I can have like $60 worth of wax melts in my cart. And if I have to pay $7.99 shipping or spend another like $40 to get to free shipping, I'm like, no, not gonna do it. So I don't know. I don't love Goose Creek as much as a lot of other people do. So for me, I still have a lot of these left, so I wasn't like clamoring to get more, so I just went ahead and passed on the sale. But I do recommend the wax melts, at least with their soft wax. I know that in some of them they have changed the formulation. I can't attest to that, so buy at your own risk. But this soft wax has always done really well for me. French Autumn is a beautiful, perfumey, floral. It's very perfumey, but it's very, very pretty. So, and it's good for any time of year, really. I have 2 of these. So basically I was going to get a bunch more French Autumn and a bunch more of this, which is peanut butter sugar. Honestly, one of my favorite fragrances probably ever. It's just a really good creamy peanut butter, perfumey, sweet peanut butter scent. There's definitely something that is added to that peanut butter note. It's a sophisticated peanut butter, I guess. I don't know how best to describe it. It's just delicious, honestly. Makes my mouth water. I love warming this downstairs, like especially in the kitchen dining room area. And again, it's great for any time of year. This is something that I would melt in the fall, in the winter, in the spring, and in the summer. I just think it's very like universal in terms of the time of year that you can melt it. But anyway. Coconut flan from Scentsy. All right, so I was disappointed in this because I got like 1 day out of 2 cubes. I'm not even joking, you guys. It smells so good, but that is not normal Scentsy performance. But I've been talking to my friend Lisa, and she is my Scentsy consultant, and she's also had the same experience where some of the newer bars, like the newer scents, she thinks something may have potentially gone wrong with the formulation or something happened because they're just not performing the way that normal Scentsy bars do. If I'm gonna spend $5 on a bar versus like $2.40 on sale, obviously, or $2, I want to get several days out of 1 bar. Now, normally I do, which makes Scentsy so much more worth it for me in terms of investing because I know I can get so much more life out of a Scentsy bar versus a Sensationals clamshell. So, but hopefully whatever the problem is, they clear it up because the scent is delicious. It does really smell like a coconut flan. You get that custard note, you get that caramel, like that crystallized sugar. It's delicious, but 1 day, I was a little disappointed in that, but I mean, you're gonna get flops with any company that you're purchasing from, so it's, you know, it's par for the course, but I've just never had that experience with Scentsy before, so it was kind of like, wow, really? I've never had it happen in the several years that I've been purchasing Scentsy now. It's never happened, but that was the first time. Okay, Ashland French macaroon. They actually say macaroon, but there's macarons on the thing. This was basically just like an almond cream scent. This was, ooh, wow, that smells like plastic now. Ooh, that's terrible. This was around last year, I think it was. It's good with something like lemon squares. Just makes a really yummy, like dessert type fragrance. So, but yeah, that's it. I am burning these little, I just popped one in here to remind me to tell you guys about them. These are Chesapeake Bay tea lights that I found at TJ Maxx, and I just wanted to let you guys know that they're so good. They're really great. They burn a long time. They burn all the way down. You can see like there's like no wax left basically. They do have a little bit of fragrance, but if you are someone who likes these for like your tea light warmers and stuff, these are great. I think they're $4.99 for like 20. So they're a little bit more, but they also do put off a little bit of fragrance. So kind of a good addition to wax melts that you might be burning that complement the scent that you're using. I don't know. I thought they were fun, and I put them in a bunch of my like fancy little tea light holders that I have around the house. But anyway, that's it. Those are my home fragrance empties for the month of March. It's crazy, but we are basically in April, and it is full-on spring season, and before you know it, summer will be here. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and I will see you guys tomorrow for beauty empties. Take care. Bye.